Today on eNEWS, what a new name means to Lethbridge College, how the community turned out to raise awareness of violence involving women and children, and another one bites the dust, how the loss of a major retailer will impact Lethbridge. Welcome to eNEWS. I'm Dominique Charles.
And I'm Greg Bobinik, and here are today's top stories. Lethbridge College is strengthening its relationship with the Blackfoot community and Indigenous students. I had a chance to see the ways the college is growing with the Indigenous community.
With integrity, to follow that path, to make sure we are part of the education that makes a difference.
Paula Byrne, CEO and president of the Lethbridge College, received the new traditional Blackfoot name for the college at the Indigenous Celebration Day. The name Stone Pipe was given to the college by the Blackfoot community, which symbolizes a peace bond made between the college and the Blackfoot community.
It brings people together.
Manager of Recruitment and Indigenous Services at the Lethbridge College, Shanda Weber, says that the college is honored for its new name and commitment to Indigenous education.
It just so nicely categorizes the relationship that Lethbridge College has with our Blackfoot community, as well as of all Indigenous peoples. It shows that it is a partnership, and Lethbridge College will truly show our commitment of making Indigenous education a priority.
The Lethbridge College in the last year has permanently flown the Blackfoot Confederacy flag, building Founders Square, which features Indigenous history and receives a Bronze Indigenous Education of Excellence Award in May. Lethbridge College's Indigenous Service Coordinator Marcia Blackwater says this celebration is a good time for people to learn about the school's culture and history.
In choosing Lethbridge College, that our students take a little bit of the culture that is here. So learning from our First Nations, Métis and Inuit students and what it is to be First Nation or Indigenous in Canada.
8.6% of the college's student population is Indigenous, which has made the connection and future connections a priority for the institution. Greg Bobinik, eNEWS. The Lethbridge College has developed its own indigenization plan with goals and priorities for the improvement of Indigenous education.
The retail struggle in Canada continues. Sears Canada and its employees are the latest victims, as the chain has received court approval to begin liquidation of all of its stores. More than 12,000 people will be thrown out of work in the process. It also marks the end of an era for many. First Zellers, then Target, HMV, and now Sears. Retail chains all over are up and disappearing, liquidating their assets and cutting all losses. Sears announced the liquidation of all of its assets earlier this month and is just another in a growing lineup of stores choosing liquidation over other options. Sears started the process to liquidate back on October 10th to outcries of misunderstanding with the brand,
I'm at another
with some
Sears,
employees actually just abandoning their posts.
Look, the exit's right there, and there is nobody in here.
Kara Lloyd, owner of Splurge & Co. in Lethbridge, says, "The best thing that we can do for ourselves is to keep our money local."
Are we continually feeding these massive empires, these corporations, or are we giving back in smaller ways? Initially, it may cost you a little bit more, but in the end, I think it really gives back to the community as a whole. So, you can save $5 to $10 on an item, maybe initially by buying it from Amazon, but down the road, if you're purchasing from smaller businesses, you're adding back into your community.
Now that more families are opting to stay inside and shop on their computers instead of branching out to new stores, for many of us, the end of the once popular retail chain, responsible for our Christmas lists, wedding registries, and even our washing machines, is the end of an era.
For Erica Koch, a former employee at Sears and student at the University of Lethbridge, she believes that even though it was sad, the end of Sears was a long time coming.
We had at one point, we would have people by the doors counting the number of people who walked in. It was sad. It was sad because, and a lot of these people have worked there for 20, 25, 30 years. And so in talking to them and kind of noticing the decline that it was going on, these are people who are now going to lose their jobs that they've been at for however many years.
Rather than rebuilding store traffic and sales over time, Sears has relied on financial moves to keep it going. Now, as the sun sets on its operations, its employees will also lose financially in terms of pensions and benefits.
Men, women, and children braved the rain to walk for social equality during Take Back the Night recently. Statistics show that incidents of violence against women are on the rise in the community. Some women don't feel safe walking the streets by themselves, but as December Burgess reports, many people have hoped that change.
And let's take back the night. A thundering crowd came together in a passionate march for women's safety. The YWCA held Take Back the Night in an effort to literally confront the issue of violence against women head on. One local politician marched in Take Back the Night because she believes in the cause reverently.
Men can go out and walk on the street anytime at all, and it isn't an issue. Women should be able to go out and walk on the street at any time if that's what they choose to do. 2,000 women have been sexually assaulted this year. We don't hear the active voice saying 2,000 men sexually assaulted women.
The CEO of the YWCA says that Take Back the Night is a chance to take a stand and create community awareness.
You know, it starts the conversation, it gets people talking, and you know, these are issues that need to be talked about because they are happening and they need to be addressed.
This event is an internationally held protest, and this year's theme was We Believe the Survivors. Their focus was on strapping down and taking back the night. According to the Take Back the Night Foundation, 1 in 3 women experience some sort of sexual violence during their lives. 1 in 6 men experience similar behavior. And of both genders, only 50% report the crime. Those marching at this event hope to someday change that. For eNEWS, I'm December Burgess.
The Take Back the Night Foundation encourages women to regain their voices by speaking out against violence. They say their mission has made great strides, but their march is unfinished. After the break, how local families are dealing with serious illness. And later, kings and queens were out in full force in Lethbridge.
Every year, hundreds of cats are left without a home. The Last Chance Cat Ranch wants you to make a difference for those without one. Over 100 cats live throughout their foster homes. All cats are spayed, neutered, and given the proper vaccines to help them live longer, healthier lives. Visit the Last Chance Cat Ranch website or Facebook page to learn how to adopt. Make a difference in your life. Adopt a cat today.
Meals on Wheels is here to serve its community. They are committed to providing delivery of hot, nutritious meals along with kindness through daily social contact. Meals on Wheels has a deep, positive impact within the city of Lethbridge. The people they serve can remain in their homes while maintaining a sense of independence. Meals on Wheels, where they are more than just a meal.
Crime Stoppers and Lethbridge Police Service need your help in solving a theft. Sometime between the hours of 1 and 2:30 a.m. on August 12th, a number of vehicles were broken into in the Copperwood area. One of the vehicles was a 2012 Ford F-150 Harley-Davidson truck, stolen from 1628 Colbanks Boulevard West. The truck was found later that morning at 315 Twin River Road West. Missing from the vehicle were a spare key and a pair of Cartier aviator-style sunglasses. The number of vehicles broken into is still unknown, but up to 5 have been confirmed. If you have any information on this crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
Welcome back to eNEWS. Raising children is a difficult task, but raising a son who has type 1 diabetes is even tougher. However, as David Sellis reports, one local family has been able to take it in stride and continue living a normal life.
On the outside, Liam Sherkogel is just like every other kid. He goes dirt biking any chance he gets, and also likes snowmobiling and playing football with his family whenever he can. But on the inside, Liam needs to make sure he is getting tested for something that can potentially cause serious problems if he's not careful. Liam was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was 8 years old, and his mother Teresa now has to make sure that her son is checking his level 4 times per day to ensure they are where they need to be. She says this threw a big curveball into their lives.
I was just in shock, really, because I didn't know anything about type 1. Everybody hears about type 2, and I didn't really know anything about type 1, so it was all brand new.
Wall also says that the most frustrating part of Liam having diabetes is that there is misinformation on what type 1 is compared to type 2. The biggest difference between the two types is that type 2 can be controlled with diet alone, while type 1 is beyond the person's control. The other major factor is that if a person has type 2 diabetes, their body will still use the natural insulin, but it is delayed, while a person with type 1 cannot create any insulin on their own. Wall says that interacting with people about her son's diabetes can be difficult because of how people generalize the two types.
Whenever somebody says, oh, he's got diabetes, and I kind of cringe a little bit because type 2 is so much different than type 1.
But for Liam, it's just more of a slight inconvenience than anything else. And it's a lot less of an inconvenience now that he has a new device to work with.
So it's this thing on my arm, and then this thing here. It says scan sensor to check your blood sugar. And then I scan it, and then it shows me my blood sugar.
And Liam is proof that the only difference between a regular kid and a kid with type 1 diabetes is that he gets tested every day. Other than that, Liam is just like any other kid who likes to be active.
Whether it's riding his dirt bike along the track, snowmobiling with his family, or tossing a football around, Liam continues to be very active despite his diabetes, and I don't think that's going to end anytime soon. For eNEWS, I'm David Sellis.
While there are many ways to limit the effects of diabetes within a person, it's still the lead cause of blindness and kidney failure among Canadians.
The Lethbridge Lightning is one of the newest teams to join the Senior AA Men's Hockey League. The team opens regular season play this weekend. Houston Gardner is standing by to tell us how the team got up and running. Houston?
The Lethbridge Lightning are new to the Ranchland Hockey League this year. They play host to the Nanton Palominos this Friday in their home opener. Starting a new club is neither simple nor cheap. The Senior AA men's hockey season began with a bang, and with it comes budget challenges. 2 games into the season, the Lightning are 1-1, having split a series with Siksika. The team's main goal is to make it to the league's provincials in its very first year. The club is focused mainly on playing 1 game at a time, but staff know what the team has to do to balance the books.
Our aspiration is to make it to the provincials and to go on to there from our regular league. That's going to be around $12,000 over and above.
As a new team in the Senior AA League, the Lightning faced some bumps along the road due mainly to a lack of familiarity within the local talent pool.
Probably the first big obstacle is getting name recognition. Who are you? What are you all about? Senior AA, so you're old-timers.
Another issue the Lightning faced was planning out the team's budget and team structure. It had to make sure it chose the right home location and ensure its players were committed. This year, being their first year in the Senior AA League, the Lethbridge Lightning have had to come up with a new budget for the team and get advertisement for the whole season. Receiving sponsorship is an important thing with adding a new team into a league. It's an aspect that is mandatory for a club to join a league like the Senior AA Hockey League. The team has reached out to various companies to sponsor them and are also getting help from within the local business community to advertise with the team.
We have advertising that is available at all of our home games, and we have asked for community and support, and they've been overwhelming in regards to coming out and supporting us financially.
The Lightning have some lofty goals in their first season. Not only do they want to make the playoffs, but they want to make the provincials and at least break even financially.
Thank you, Houston.
In other news, one night a month downtown club
in Lethbridge transforms into an arena for drag performers and their supporters. Club DD plays host to men and women who dress in their best to aim to show that not only girls just want to have fun. Stephanie Savage reports.
The heels click on the floor as dresses sway from side to side. Eyelashes are firmly in place and lips are painted in a thick, bright shade of red. This isn't just a daily makeup routine, this is drag. Dozens of people packed into Club DD ready to see the drag queen's Halloween performance, aptly titled Drag Me to Hell. Behind this particular show is former DD intern Sophie Wright. She's been involved in the drag community for just over 2 years and recently took over the monthly events hosted at the members only club downtown. Sophie says she truly becomes her feminine self the moment she steps on stage.
How I feel when I get into drag, I can't explain it. It's just so empowering and amazing, and it's a whole new me. When I'm not Jordan, I am Sophie.
Other queens describe their drag persona differently. Less than a year into her drag journey, Aria Ivory says that the art of drag is less about looking good in a dress, but instead about educating the public and providing those in attendance of these sort of events with an escape from their day-to-day lives.
Like, yeah, it's great to be all dressed up and look pretty sometimes, but I always find that when I go out in drag, I want someone to take home the essence of me.
The art of drag has grown in recent years to not only include drag queens, but drag kings, where biological females dress as their male counterparts, and bio queens, where biological females dress as exaggerated versions of themselves.
Event organizers hope that events such as this can help to emphasize that drag is an art, but also a tool to help educate the public.
You have to teach the children where it came from, how it started, and show the beauty and the elegance and the weirdness, because it's really weird.
For eNEWS, I'm Stephanie Savage.
Club DD holds performance-based exhibits on a weekly basis, and all shows are tailored to an adult audience. The next drag show will be in November and will feature a lip-syncing competition. Still ahead, as Halloween approaches, it's just a short drive for big scares. We'll take you to Creepy Hollow. And we'll see how Halloween decorating has become a labor of love for one Lethbridge couple.
These skaters have a need. A need for speed. A need for competition. And a need for fun. With qualified and dedicated coaches, these needs are met in the exciting sport of speed skating.
For the last 6 years, the Mat Lethbridge, run out of the Boys and Girls Club, has helped hundreds of Lethbridge youth by engaging them in activities that challenge and enrich their minds.
The leaders are awesome. They really help you with everyday life, and it's like another home to me.
Amazing and dedicated adults who are staff and volunteers that come and mentor and work to empower the youth. Bad days are probably the best days to come here.
Drop-in nights occur on Mondays for 11 to 14-year-olds and Tuesdays for 14 to 18-year-olds, starting at 7 until 9:30 throughout the year.
Crime Stoppers and Lethbridge Police Service need your help in solving several cases of vandalism. At around 6 a.m. on September 11th, residents of the 1700 block of 7th Avenue North woke to discover their tires had been slashed sometime in the overnight hours. 6 vehicles had their tires slashed, including a 2006 white Dodge Ram 1500 and a 2009 gray Ford F-150. If you have any information on this or any crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
Welcome back. As Halloween is quickly approaching, there's no shortage of things to do around Lethbridge to keep you occupied. Haunted houses have been a Halloween hit for decades now, and Creepy Hollow is a great one. Located just outside of Warner, Creepy Hollow has entertainment for the whole family. We get a little bit more from Alex Kroger.
Halloween is only one short week away, and the closer we get, the spookier it will be. If you're a Halloween lover, the Creepy Hollow is a great place for you to check out to help get you into the spirit. The season has gone off to a pretty good start according to the owner. People have been giving the site good reviews, says Richard Reimer.
Well, I think it's been quite good, although the weather hasn't been very cooperative. The comments of people that have been leaving have been really good. So.
The Creepy Hollow has spook nights throughout the season, which generally do well according to Reimer. They'll be keeping that trend going on Halloween night itself, says Reimer.
But for Halloween itself, I think it's just will be a spook night.
The location has multiple different activities on site, including a playground, maze, graveyard, and pumpkin patch. A great new addition has been the horse-drawn hearse ride, says co-owner Glory Reimer.
Well, some of our most fun events are the Fright Nights on the weekends. And then we've added a few features this year, which hopefully will drag out a few more people, and that's the horse-drawn hearse ride.
The abundance of events doesn't stop there, as the Creepy Hollow also features a huge haunted mansion, along with a monster hall where they set up murder mysteries. It's only going to get busier and busier, says Reimer.
Absolutely, every day. Every day gets, and every weekend. Yeah, for sure. So this coming weekend is going to be huge for us.
Reimer also stated that her location is not only great for kids, but for families to come out and have a good time as well. The location is open every day of the week up until Halloween, as they hope to draw in a lot of people. If you're looking to get into the Halloween spirit this year, the Creepy Hollow, located just outside of Warner, might be the place for you. It has a maze, animals, a playground, and the main attraction would be the haunted house. I'm Alex Groger, eNEWS.
Creepy Hollow has been at its present location for 3 years, after previously being located in Sterling.
Halloween is full of imagination and fantasy. For one Lethbridge couple, they take it over the top. They've put countless dollars and hours into preparation each year for October 31st, and they have been doing it for 24 years. Kent Zurich reports.
The sounds and decorations of Halloween usually only last one day, but for the Kerbers, they stretch it out for an entire month. They start decorating near the end of September to early October. Carrie Kerber says it's really all for the kids.
Like I say, Halloween, it's about having fun, maybe getting a little bit scared and reminding yourself that you're alive.
Throughout the years, the Kerbers have gone all out with their Halloween displays. When they first bought the house in 1993, their theme was a graveyard. Through additions and modifications, that graveyard turned into a castle. Then came the theme they are currently representing: pirates, stocked with treasure, parrots, and swords. The final touch, transforming their house into a pirate ship. With Captain Jack Sparrow on the roof, it took countless man-hours for the couple, as well as a few friends, to build and fine-tune everything seen in the yard, often putting a couple hours every day to make it perfect. They were only missing one thing.
It was a couple of years ago. A young little girl came up before it was done, and she looked at every single pirate, and she looked and she goes, "Why are there no girl pirates?" I went, "You're right. Why are there no girl pirates?" So last year there was a girl pirate. She's getting a wardrobe change this year. She's not out, but we will have a girl pirate this year.
Parent Sean License says what they are doing for the community is great.
It's a fantastic landmark. Every year they go through that effort and that expenditure to do that. It's fantastic. I hope there's all sorts of people that go and enjoy it every single year.
Last year, they gave out over 900 bags of chips to children, while the total number of people visiting the property is closer to 1,200. For eNEWS, I'm Kent Zurich.
The Halloween display can be found at the corner of 6th Avenue and 8th Street South, across from the Max. If your child is too afraid to approach the door, Kerber has promised that she will bring the goodies out to them.
Lots of Halloween stories this week.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting to be around Halloween.
Are you planning on being something scary or something funny this year?
Something scary this year. You?
Probably something funny.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today at eNEWS. That's all the time we have. I'm Greg Bobinick.
And I'm Dominique Charles. Thanks for watching.